for NRM, education for all is one of the instruments of transformation. If you see how many children are dropping out of school now, big number, about 70% they are dropping out because of the school costs. So one instrument, one stimuli for socio-economic transformation is education for all. Because that's where you will pick the science that will help you to live as a modern person, and also other management techniques, even if you are not a scientist. Then secondly, we have been telling you all the families must join the money economy, because this is part of the problem of Africa. Africa is a huge continent with a small population. Africa is 12 times the size of India. You can fit India into Africa 12 times. But until recently, the population of India was bigger than the population of Africa. When you have this big land area with a small population, sometimes people don't, because they are getting free things, free wood, free water. You can even eat wild fruits. You don't have to work sometimes. People sometimes don't know, are not pressed by nature. And that's the problem of Africa, where there's no prosperity now, part of the problem. Okukorera ekida kyonka, working only for the stomach. Teach may each keken, as they say in Luo. And therefore, the NRM message, advice to you people, is that in addition to education for all, we must get all the families to be involved in a money economy, but with ekibaro, chura. Because if you don't work for money, you will not be prosperous. But if you work for money without a chibaro, still you will not be prosperous. So that's why we are saying, aim number 2, convince all your relatives to work for money, but with a chibaro. So that therefore means you must engage in wealth creation.
Operation Wealth Creation was launched by His Excellency President YOWERI Museveni in July 2013 as an intervention to efficiently facilitate national economic transformation with a focus on raising household incomes and wealth creation by transforming subsistence farmers into commercial farmers. In this program tonight, we bring you some of the projects coordinated and facilitated by Operation Wealth Creation and NADS. Our first stopover was at Mabale Growers Tea Factory Limited. The factory was constructed and commissioned in 1969 by the government of Uganda under the Uganda Tea Growers Corporation. It is one of the 4 smallholder tea factory companies in Uganda. Up to 1986, the tea subsector in Uganda suffered neglect due to the political environment that prevailed at the time. This was followed by massive rehabilitation of fields and processing facilities. Ultimate government economic policy changes led to privatization for the factory to be currently owned by over 2,300 shareholder farmers.
It experienced ups and downs over time, but when government was privatizing state-owned enterprises, farmers were given an opportunity to buy this factory. And recently, when the world tea market got problems, we had troubles in operating capacity of this factory. Last year, the factory produced only 2.5 million, collected 2.5 million kilograms of green leaf against a capacity of 15 million kilograms. But government has made the intervention. We thank government for the intervention through Uganda Development Corporation, where the factory is being recapitalized with 20 billion Uganda shillings. This year, we have already resumed normal operations upon government's intervention, and we are already past 60% capacity utilization, and we hope to be full capacity utilization next year. Also, this factory handles green leaf that has come from another very successful government program. We thank government for the free seedlings that were supplied to farmers. We have production that exceeds the aggregate capacities in the district. On this note, I also would like to thank government for NRM, to be specific, for including 2 new factories in Chenjojo in NRM's manifesto. We also have a program, a partnership between this factory and Chenjojo district, whereby government will finance procurement of fertilizer. Farmers will get fertilizers at a subsidized price. That is a project called Local Economic Growth Support, and next season fertilizer is already procured. We thank government for that. The problems of farmers are mainly low yields and poor quality. When fertilizer comes, I'm very confident we will have farmers yielding a lot and generating production to serve factories even beyond Mabale. And we shall reduce on unnecessary competition between factories as we create production to be absorbed by new factories that are yet to be constructed according to NRM manifesto.
In Chankwanzi, our team was lucky to meet and talk to Venancio, a coffee farmer and matoke grower. Altogether, he gets over 60 million shillings from the sale of his products.
So kwebaza government okusikiriza kuleta constitution yaleta ebigambo president ntandika kuyiga okulima mbere kyokulabirako kubenkulembera n'ingoberera nadizinempa endokwa 225 ez'emwanyi natandikirako okulima n'enganga ngaziwa kati saana bonjogerera nti buli mwaka nkungula kiro kakaaga ak'emwanyi naye endala zikyali nto nnyo n'abanzi maze okukola zonna nja kubanga nkungula mutwalo n'ekintu nemera ng'omwaka nsobola kukola milioni 12 ez'emwanyi then ninzira mu kusimba olususuku nalwo nadize nenyambako mu kusimba olusuku olwo nempako ndokwa sukusa ninsimba sana njogera kati ndi mu wika 10 n'ekintu era buli lunaku ndi omwo abateme enkota 30 ate nimbeera nga ntunda 5 mitwalo 15 buli lunaku buli mwezi nfuna milioni n'ekitundu bwe ngabizaamu omwaka nfuna milioni 5 mwena so bwongata n'ez'emwanyi nimbeera nga ndi milioni 6 funyemo okwongera ku bibanja gulamu amapolota n'okusomesamu abaana kutuuka ku university so nebaza gavumenti tekamakuwa ekyo yongere okutongeramu amaanyi n'okutuwa ebijimusa bisobola okutuyambako n'okutuwa amazzi agasobola okufukirira kubanga biseera byekyo yatuyisibwa bubi nnyo bwetufunako amazzi agasobola okufukirira tuba bulungi okusinga otuli n'okufuna ebijimusa bitongerako obungi bw'ebintu era byonna singa nyongera kwebijimisa n'amazzi manyina okufuna ebisinga ku ebyo. So twebaza gavumenti yongera okusomesa abantu, yongera okutongeramu amaanyi nakutuwa ebyokukozesa ebimala, nakutongera kutuwa amaanyi nakutongera amagezi ku ebyo bitukola. Ntwebaza n'abalimisa baffe bafaayo nnyo okulabika nti bajje okutusomesa biki kyetaagisa ekitubulamu, batwongeramu amaanyi. Tubeebaza nabo bagenda mu maaso nakutuyamba mu mbeera efaanana bwetyo.
Ninsima Annette is a teacher by profession. She desired to improve her income and started rearing chicken and cattle by zero grazing. She was assisted by NADS with 200 chicks, but now as we speak, she has increased her stock to 500 chicks and boasts of an annual income of 60 million shillings.
Program ya NADS eyo nagiwuliraba ku TV era nga president akugamba nti tuleme kubeera nga tubeera ku kasente akamu akayingira n'ensalawo okuyingira okulunda enkoko era nkifunyeemu nnyo kati nsobola okulunda enkoko 5 mu mwezi gumu mba nyina miliyoni 5 zange. Awo ngo mu mwaka mba ndi mu miliyoni 40 nga nzije mu nkoko. Nebaza gavumenti olw'okunkwatirako, nebaza president waffe His Excellency Kaguta YOWERI Museveni okuyitira mu programs zatuteereddeko nga NADS ezisobola okututumbula ku nyingiza yaffe. Nze nali musomesa nga siyina mwami nga nyina abaana 3, naye okuyitira mu program eno n'omukulunda enkoko zange nsobola okuweerera abaana bange 3 mu masomero amalungi. Nsobodde okugulako ettaka ewaffe mu kyalo ate nange naye yongerayo kusoma. Ndi ku bachelor's degree ku Kyambogo University nga nsoma degree y'okusomesa abaana abaliko obulemu, bachelor's in special needs education. N'olwekyo neebaza gavumenti, neebaza president waffe, neebaza NADS okutukwatirako ng'abantu era ne batuteeka mu ssente. N'olwekyo nkubiriza abantu bannange tuleme kubeeraawo nga tuleze engalo. Saba tukole twanirize program gavumenti zetuteekerako. Bannange ebintu byaliyo, tubeenyigire mu kulunda, mu kulima, kati musobola okulaba ebintu byenyinza okuba neekoleddewo. Bannange mbeebaliza ddala nnyo.
Onya David of Kiryandongo is engaged in production of cassava and maize. From a humble beginning of less than 2 acres, he has now expanded his farm to 300 acres. He got cuttings from Naro of improved variety of cassava. And here he tells us of his success story.
I started the cassava enterprise in 2014 with the 1 acre and 3/4, 1 3/4 of an acre. Then gradually, I kept on increasing to 10 acres. That's the time I got the cuttings from NADS, from the government through NADS. Slowly, I expanded to 300 acres. From 10 acres, I was able to produce cuttings that enabled me to grow 300 acres of cassava. This is improved cassava from NADS, from Naro. I was privileged to sell my improved variety of cuttings to NADS at a cost of 50,000 shillings per bag. And remember, from 1 acre of these cuttings, cassava, I was able to get 200 bags. That is the first crop. But second crop, what we call the ratoon, would give me 250 to 300 bags. So in total, to NADS, I supplied close to bags from about 100 acres. And I was also chanced to supply some of my cuttings to Rwanda, neighboring country. That was a very big opportunity. Rwanda was also offering me a good price. And that's how I managed to expand my cassava project or cassava enterprise. I'm also, as I said earlier on, I'm also engaged in production of maize. Apparently, I've got 50 acres of maize. Although the price of maize has been quite disappointing, of recent, where a kilo is going for 500 shillings. Unlike previously, it would go up to 1,000 before the breakout of this pandemic. So currently, we're selling at 500 shillings per kilo. And from 1 acre of maize, through the application of fertilizer and improved seed, I was able to get 1,300 kgs from 1 acre. Previously, we were getting just 500 kilos from 5 bags from 1 acre. Much as I've not benefited much from maize due to lack of that element of value addition, I was still able to reap something that helped me to recoup my investment and also put up a small investment in form of a house in town. So I can say I've benefited from the intervention of government through NADS, because if you look at the house I was in compared to what I have now, there is a very big difference. So all I can say, I want to thank the NRM government, and I urge my other farmers or even the youth never to undermine farming, because farming previously was looked at as a project or an enterprise or a way of living for those who have totally failed. But today it's one of the best earning projects, I can say, that we have in the country.
From Chiriandongo, we crossed over to Chibinge. And here we paid a visit to Chibinge Coffee Farmers Cooperative Society. This cooperative society was formed in 1995 as a farmers association that later became Chibinge Coffee Farmers Cooperative Society, registered in 2009. Since its inception in 1995, Chibinge Coffee has undergone numerous changes, but the focus remains on providing the finest Robusta coffee while empowering farmers to improve their livelihoods. It has a membership exceeding 2,000. It employs 46 full-time staff led by general manager, supervised by a board of directors. Lukwata David is the general manager, Chibinge Cooperative Society. The Cooperative Society supports members with seedlings, fertilizers, and other necessary requirements for a good harvest. Mr. Lukwata appreciated government for the conducive environment which has enabled them work successfully and employ over 250 workers.
1,000 tons nga zetu exporting every mwaka, netuba nga tufunamu esente ziwiri wakati w'obuwumbi 5-6 nga sente ezivudde mu kutunda. Abalimi baffe bano tubagasizza nnyo nti tubawa ebyo beetaaga nga okubawola, kubanga tulina sako, tubawola, tubakuwa ebikozesebwa mu kulima, tubawa okubasomesa ebyobulimi, tubawa buli kimu kye beetaaga okusobola okweyimirizaawo. Era tulwenyumiriza okulabika nti tulaba nga abalimi baffe bakulaakulana bagenda mu maaso. Twebaza nnyo gavumenti yaffe eno eriko kati, kubanga etaddewo embeera ffe kyetwenyumirizaamu ennyo ng'abalimi nti embeera eriwo etusobozesa okukola emirimu gyaffe, etusobosa okusuubulagana n'abantu betusuubula nabo. Embeera nkikulu nnyo n'eddembe liriwo nti tetukwatibwako, tetulemesebwa kukola bye tulina kukola. Abakozi tulina abakozi butereevu 49 aba permanent, naye era tulina n'abakozi abakola mu byalo, bakola mu nnimiro zaffe n'ebiki. Tukuwoza abakozi nga 205 okutwalira ugattawamu abakola abaweereza, ate nga tuteekateeka okuba nti gye bujja tujja kukozesa abakozi abatukira ddala mu 100. Tugenda mu maaso nga teekawo projects tusobole okuba nga tusikiriza naddala abavubuka okubeera nga baganyula nga bafuna emirimu mu Chibinge, kubanga twagala okukuuma obulimi buno nga bwalubeerera mu nkola gye tuyita farm succession. Kibinge Coffee Farmers Cooperative Society ekola kye tuyita full value chain, okuva emmwanyi we zitandikira okutuuka we zisembera, okuva mu nsigo okutuuka ku kikopo. We call it seed to cup. Kitegeeza nti tugatta omutindo ku mmwanyi okutuukira ddala ku mutindo ogusembayo. Era kino twakifuna okuva wa His Excellency the President mu myoleso gye tutera okubeera gye yatusanga nga twolesa emmwanyi zino ezakase n'atugamba nti mukole value addition. Twali Lwengo. Ate bwe yatukyalirako wano n'atutegeeza nti value addition ne tusobola okuba nga tumulaga kaawe gwe tukoze. Era ye yamutongoza President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, yatulongoza kaawe oyo wali mu kisaawe ebyoga. So tumwebaza olw'okutulaga ekkubo ery'okukwata nga tugatta omutindo okusobola okufuna ssente ezisinga ku ze twandifunye singa tetugasse mutindo ku bye tukola.
Our next stopover was in Kabale district at Mr. Mbarara Eric's apple farm. Eric was assisted by government to acquire a truck and irrigation water to improve his farm. He sells an apple at 500 shillings each. A single apple tree can yield 100 fruits, thus earning him 50,000 shillings per tree. If he multiplies that with 100 trees, he gets 5 million shillings per season. He also produces wine and encourages people to engage in agriculture as a sure way of eradicating poverty.
Hati mizabibu inda guza indarya kandi ne tanchokora wine akukora value addition tanchokora wine hati atujona byona ndikora kandi namara gukora wine mizabibu napo zinde kwa mujisi wine titinka tanchoguza bokwanta nontani kugikora tikatere mukatika ngutebe yawo chonka ndabasa kuguza abakabandi bagumuka ngumene chweka ndabasa kuzumene chweka nyo ngumino ndakaga kurugira ngoko akatari karaba kari ninga embera zayo nukora beboni okunda kikoje kare kare muboni enda kwebaza President Museveni na government yeye government yito ya movement ya NRM erembe President Museveni ahubwo basinje buyaresi kandi no kuyiyira abantu konde mirimo ara imyeto ne komata bakuzire ninga abantu bona abanyarwanda kurango ibintu tibikahika tuba kugira ngo tutamane mu byo buhingi tubone sete kandi okurire mu muko wawe uri mu muko wawe ubone sete cyamunonge mitone mirimo tutubeche kureberaho nabana byo twegereho n'abanyarwanda bandi abasa kwinga niyo tasuka tunga bije bege babakunde ejo nyonyo ko research munsione umuhingi ni umugege wo kubanza ntabwo tunga abahinga bakora cyo kwinga muje tuyinge tubone sete tubigugoro somesa abana tubone cyo kuzwara Uganda itobereho angaye Yoweri Museveni angaye Uganda oye.
In Kabare district, we visited Mr. Kushemera John Kosi, who started farming in 2016 with encouragement from Operation Wealth Creation. He was given banana suckers. From 1.5 acres of matoke, he gets 50 bunches per month, each going for between 8,000 and 10,000 per bunch. He appreciates government for helping him with water for irrigating his farm. He also grows passion fruits.
I planted these and now I've harvested for about 3 years, 2.5 years, and selling. I have an average of branches coming out of this 1.5 acres. We're about to have the record there, but mostly I do mix them with the others. But out of this plot alone, we could be having about 50 branches per month. 50 branches per month, if each one is about 8,000 to 10,000, that is when it is okay. When the price is all right, that is money coming out of this. But when I mix with them, with the rest which I have, they total to about 100 in a month, 150, like that, and I get good money from bananas. I intend now to grow more bananas and all along, and become a very aggressive farmer, because what I do now, I'm a farmer. I no longer go to town very frequently. We want to have money from farming alone. We've been fearing because of the dry season to plant some more crops, but because of the Rwangaji Water Project, we're now encouraged to plant more crops. I've been having a challenge with water here, and we have been growing this thing. I've grown now for 2 seasons. I've got one out of passion fruits. As recently it became too dry and I couldn't harvest anything. So we just left them. But soon enough, we got the water now. You can see the pipes, these black pipes. These are the drips now. The water drops from these points down to the plantation. I mean, here to the plant. And I'm going to plant according to this because they took the dimensions of the passion fruits, not something else. So we'll have to plant using these. Very soon I'm going to plant passion fruits. But in the dry season, because I'm now proud, I can even plant.
In Kalangala district, we met Madame Betty Meme, a palm oil grower. She says that even during COVID, she was able to work and get income. However, she complains about the cost of drugs being high, whereas the cost of palm oil is still low. During the peak season, she gets 2 tons of palm oil.
Twebaza gavumenti nti yatuyamba kubanga luli twali tulima naye nga kyetulima ate kyetulima kyetulya kyetulina bulungi kyeyongeramu maanyi naye ebinazi bituyambye abantu abamu bituyambye kubanga tusobola kati okufuna ekyokulya ate era ne tufiisaawo kubanga abaana baffe tusobola okubaweerera mu masomero ne basoma ate era tusobola okufiisaawo n'ofunako kyeweegulira kati nga ebbanga lino libaddewo erya covid ate ffe abanazi ababulimi b'ebinazi tubadde ku sayidi nungi kubanga omulimu w'ebinazi bye terisigadde nti nno ajja kufiirwa era abadde agendayo ebbanka n'abeerako kaafunayo naye nga tasigala nti talina kyakulya talina kyakunywa ng'abalala bwe tubadde tuwulira mu bibuga nga badda mu kyalo nga ne mu kyalo talinaayo kyakulya kubanga tewaliyo mmere gye baasimba talinaayo kyakunywa abamu bafudde naye ffe tubadde ku advantage nti tubadde ffe tulina ekyokulya n'ekyokunywa era abamu tubafunyeemu ofunamu ofisa kyosobola okulabirira abaana bo okusobola abamu bongeddeko pulojekiti abamu tugulayo naye twagulako nange nagulayo kapoloti akalalako okusobola okwebeezaawo neebaza gavumenti teyatujja mu nnima eri gye twalimu ey'okuba nti olima lumonde muwogo kyekyo kyoliko ne batuwa ennima eno ey'okulwawo kale ekyo kyatusanyusa naye bakuba nti era mu bulungi era mubeeramu ebizibu kizibu kye tulina challenges yetusanga nti omuguzi gwe tuguza ali omu naye omuguzi oyo gwe tuguza ali omu talinnyisa bbeeyi ebbeeyi ebeera awo teyeeyongerako kati kituleetera obuzibu olw'okuba nti okufuna kwaffe ne kukendeera ate nga ye byatuguza ng'ebigimusa ate abituguliza ku bbeeyi ya waggulu kati amabanja tunoonya bwe tugamaliriza obulungi oluusi ne kigaanula okuba nti ebinazi byewooza ne bijja ne bikkirira naye nga tusaba singa omuguzi waffe gwe tutunza singa atuyamba n'akkakkanya ku bbeeyi y'ebigimusa omulimi w'ekinazi yandibadde ajja kuba mugagga nnyo ebinazi ndi ku ekazi 5 ze nalimirako ezange ez'ebinazi era enfunamu yange mu kusooka tebyajjanga bulungi bitambula mpola naye kati bwe mba nkungudde omwezi sobola okungula tani ezigenda mu 2.5 naye ng'emyezi gyonna tebibeera kyekimu kubanga wabeerawo essaawa ya sizoni ate naye bitabeerako sizoni si buli sizoni tujja kungula ekyo olumu bikkakkanamu olumu ne byeyongeramu byebityo mpola.
Tuliasingura George of Kanungu district is a pineapple farmer. He decided to venture into value addition after realizing that there was not enough market for his pineapples. In 2014, he started producing wine from his home. Currently, he produces 3 types of wine, that is, brandy, dry wine, and sweet wine. He appreciates government for enabling him to open his factory and creating jobs for young people. In a month, he's able to earn 20 million shillings from the sale of his wine.
Nkatandika ninkorera omuntu ndi kuraramu ndi kutandika sanaka drum kamwe mu mwaka 2014 ububwire no natandika kandi obwati ninjerizaho munonga okwika ahidara ryahigura munonga ninshohoza wine eyebikabina brandy, sweet wine, dry wine hamwe n'ebindi ebiturukuyamo ebyo kulisa empunu anebyo nyanje bintu tungire aho niho ndi kusimira government eri kwebembegwa president witu Yoweri Kaguta Museveni okutobu yabi ubware kandi no kureba nkitwaho tutungire icyo kwebisaho n'amakagitu kandi kayamba n'abatinji abandi umugiye cyo kingasigwe munonga ngezemo kwiyamu sente zashomesa abana bishomero nahangusa ebyombe kwebe byo kureba nija insimbire abakozi abari kwika 50 abundi kushashura buri kwezi kandi ubwo bwona nagezaho no kubonamo emotoka ende kweyambisa okutamburiramo hamwe no kwegura wine yanjye iri kutwara mu katari nishohoza brizan tukora icupa 500 za wine ubwo buri cupa antu tugiguza umutwaro umwe n'eceka ngene kundi kubara ebiturukora omukwezi shanga tukoziremo wine ziri kwisa $2.2 buri kwezi aho ndeba ngo niturimo tugenda omesho umukwehayo ubwo twino businje bwa government eyatwira businje ninsimira kimwe businje buriho ahabwe shonga ubwiro bwenyuma ko utakwasa kugira ngo nokora $2.2 mu cyaro buri kwezi aza ukayigumamo oyino businje ngene cyo nsimira government.
Silkworm growing is relatively new in Uganda. Not many people are aware of its existence. With support from Government of Uganda, Treaty has assembled 2 silk-making factories in Shema and Kwen districts and will soon be producing and unveiling its first silk fabrics onto the local and international market once installation of the machines is complete. In Chiruhura, we visited Nathan Kagambe, a silk farmer. He calls on people to engage in silk growing as a new company is soon to be opened up in Uganda. Government has given them all the necessary inputs to be able to start the venture.
Silk jimukurebeji ni kintu kirungi munonga konka abantu bakukimanya. Konka bakukimanya abakigobiremo ni kintu cyangwa munonga. Iki kitiwa kisimbe iki cya Maribari. Kimara imyaka 30 cyaza kuhundura. Yobona ucishoroma buri season yona nabo ucishoroma utina kwendeka kandi utina kuzahare munonga ikikuru no kwatama babenkaga weza kuriso bukoko bwabo ukakabutekaho bukarya bukiguta kumara sabitezi ishati zonka ziti zikuhinguramo uri muri samurungi munongo oyine bukoko ubwo kubona urisa umukiro ariko irimo ubukoko imitwari 2 nyamakiro 30 yari kiro 80 hagati ya 30 uburo batandika buri kiro twantujugura umutwaro so atoke mu mutari ya 30 uri umunji w'umuka utagire nkare kumara sabiti 3 uko tumwise tulingi munongo so uri umuhingi munongo umwaka nohinga kasi kano yino mwanya muhango munongo akakoko nikaruga muno garama kandi kakoko nikaruga no garama kandi rushango umeze umwenda wakora kasenti kahurire kandi kakwasa kubisaho so teka yani nchemerwa munonga president project yatwirize abo kubatekundura omusiri gwawe nk'oguko nimugureeba omusiri muhango munonga nk'ogu noogukanyisa nooguriisa gye noogwarira nooteeka kuriisa kurungi munonga kakuni ewe neeba yakuzire niyamu sireedi mpango munonga atogiguza heeru harimu sirika omwenda gwa sirika orikugujwara n'omwe kyara nka ba bishopu ba presidenti ab'ebisente bingi munonga nakyaba ebitiinisa bishango munonga konka omuntu wa butosha waza kugujwara nibakwiguza nonga ori omukama wareeba so sirika egi n'omurimo murungi okuriisa maribare egi nko nooreeba kandi ekintu kyayo ori omuyonjo ebyo ebikooko tibikubaasa kukwatwa na ndwara hati nikyo kirungi kyayo so nokubona oine sente zaawe origye nabwanyuma ate aho oine omwanya ogundi omuhango nooguraho ente nangwa oine nk'ente nayo nikirungi kihango munonga ngwako amasha g'okuha omu nte n'omubiri n'ebyokuba oriisize wabiteeka omu rutookye nookora ekiriisa kirungi munonga hati nooba gikihango so konka nikisiima munonga gavumenti omuranga nk'ogu yatuteeriire abangi ba sirika nibakimanya okuba omundu gw'omuntu butatwatuga ekizibu ky'okuba akatara heeru konka ate obu gavumenti eteireho omukono batugambire ngu hariho kampuni erikwija ebyakuteekamu sente kuyamba buri mukozi weena oine sirika maribare ahingire sirika ekamukwatiraho akatara kaguza nka butosha so naine entaasi emwe mpango munonga iyo takuza kutegana iyo takuza kukora kandi ekirungi kyayo noogikorera omunju bareeba rero kyahika nk'abakazi nari abaana baitu abakuza kahina nookora gye omurimo gwawe omunju otunga sente ebintu bisiima munonga gavumenti ebyo etukoriire omu kutuyamba nikitu nk'abahingi.
In Mbarara district, we also visited Abesigana Kashari Dairy Farmers Cooperative Society, which started in 1999 with 45 members. Currently, it has a membership of 167 farmers. Katongole Bells is their chairman.
We started in 1999, but we were registered as a cooperative society in 2006. At that time, we were about 45 farmers. Currently, we are 167, 68 women, and 12 youths, and the rest are men. With the help of the government, we were able to acquire these 2 coolers from Trust. And we were assisted by UCCU with the aid of the government that facilitated the coming and starting of the Trust helpers. So currently these are 10,000 liters that we put in this milk, and then we put in the cooler. Each of them is 5,000 liters. This is the 3rd cooler. It is also 5,000 liters. And we got it from nuts. We also got around 150 milk cans from TTA. And most of them were given free. TTA is also an arm of the government that has helped us to acquire all this. The president gave 100 tractors to this region. And we were very lucky that this cooperative also got a tractor. This tractor has done a lot of work for us as farmers. Personally, as a person, it has helped me to cultivate over 50 acres on my farm, where I've grown pasture, where I've grown maize, where I've grown elephant grass, and currently that's what we are using. Every other farmer has been assisted to use this tractor. In the total, we are now coming to around 1,000 acres that so far have been done by this tractor. At the time we started, it was as a result of lack of where we would sell our milk. So we started a cooperative society to borrow our milk together so that we are able to sell it in the bulk, because the people who were buying our milk at that time, they were cheating us. But when we started bulking it, Then we are able to bargain with the authority, with the buyers, and any other person that wanted our support. Currently, our members have improved on their livelihood.
Back to Kampala, in Makindye division, we visited Maclean Sechimpi of Lukuli. She is an urban farmer rearing pigs where she can sell 6 pigs monthly, earning 600,000 shillings. She got assisted by NADS with 3 pigs, thus increasing her income. She has been able to educate her children and buy a cow, which she did in 2014. The cow has helped her improve her diet by providing milk to her family. In order to supplement her diet, she also grows matoke for home consumption and greens as well. She has also started a bakery and produces wine. Her story is evident that even in the town, you can do a bit of farming.
Muzeyi watandikako nadize namuyanga bulizi naye kutuusa bwe yatuuka owaffe Makindye ngendayo nagendayo nadize ne bampa ne banyongera embizi 3. Embizi ezo zaali nnungi era ne zizaala. Zamala okuzaala kati omwezi mu mbizi zonna wamu nafunangamu $7,992 omwaka. Esente ezo zanyamba nnyo mu kuweera abaana n'okulabirira obulamu bwange bwa bulijjo okwongera kubanga nina kyenkola ninkola ne exercise nga ndi mulamu nga ndi fit. Era mu mbizi ezo olwokuba nali nfunamu esente ezo ziwera bwe zityo nsobola okugulamu ente mu 2014. Gundi ente eyo yayongera obulamu bwange okubeera obulungi kuba mbadde sinywa mukyayi mukalu ate nga nina n'abazzukulu nga banywa ku mata. Muzeeyi tukwebaza nnyo olw'amagezi ago ge waleeta aga NADS nobasobola okutusomesa nti nobwoba awantu awafunda osobola kukolako ebintu ebirungi. Kuba muzeeyi njagala nkutegeeze nze wangula ttooke segula nvandiirwa byonna biri waka. Ekikajjo bwe mba nkyagala ngera nimenya wala ekikajjo nendya enva endiirwa ndya buli kimu owange bwekiri wano. Ndi mukyala mukozi ddala naye ebyo byonna neebaza nnyo kuba NADS naye yayongera okumbangula ate era gaali magezi go nakwagala ffe ng'abakyala kubako kye tukola nga tuli waka. Era esente ezo zitwanze nafuna mu bintu ebyo nayongera nteekako ka project k'okukola ka bakery. Nkola obugaati ntundakawo mu maduuka n'abaana bange. Kati mu bugaati mu kwongera okugaziya nateekako ne project ya wine. Project ya wine ecupa omwaka nfuna ecupa 8. Kati ecupa ezo buli cupa n'emitunda $1,1.5. Ogenda okulaba nti wine eyo nfunamu $1,200,000. Ebyo byonna era magezi g'omuzeeyi okwagala nti buli maka gabe galina akasente gakayingiza asobole okuba obulungi. Muzeeyi nkwebaza ddala ddala kuba bw'oba tewalite era bayogaso yanyambye nnyo nsobola okusevinga obutonde bw'ensi bwenfumba n'etaala kweri sisonoona butonde bwansi.
Muhangi Deo is a farmer from Kyegegwa district. One day he was listening to radio and he heard President Museveni's message on wealth creation. He approached Operation Wealth Creation and was given seedlings, and now he's a member of the Fruit Growing Association. He's happy to earn 20 million shillings in a good season. He thanks government and the association for the support of training, supervision, and other services.
Natandika nanye nahinga natandika kurunda imbuye y'imiyembe nabugana nkukizibu nyabanda zigura tiyabayo nashangira yitu y'Kinyankore nagaraka yena kwatana n'umuhingisa witu yandondera imbubu nungi kuruga Kawanda nagibyara koneze kugibyara tiyamara itakari yanje nagibyara ryavaho kunasharwiremo nagura itaka nagura hikibiri nashabe imbubu were creation ya mbere z'imbubu inabira mu hikibiri nateye natandikire kusharuramo nagire ntasi nk'abandi bantu nanye nari kukaji nayo gonza amubujuma byanje nanomba habuzi bwo kitirisa president Museveni oyatirize twatandika hone kigombe citu cyakegegwa Fruits Farmers Association target yitu kiruja ngo nombire byo misho tugire bizuma bingi na government tubase kutereza factory abo ko mukubuguzana bistegana santu buzaka moyi kamwe fitegana ikigombe turwa memba igana 26 tiyo tugendo misho na government yatu yamba government nungitu ya movement yatereza na tractor 20 mukono hati 20 tractor nabahinja abandi batari mu kigombe nawe bayamba icyo ni kisimbira government munonga abo bombezi butuyine na district yitu yakegegwa ebizumebi ensarura yabyo nibinkorera kasente abo kwa emiyembe ni nyiha miliyoni 22 ngira kusarura ninguruzo mu nshaho nguze nshaho 22 season impango ya miliyoni 22 season enche nguze nshaho bitano ya miliyoni 5 konka na nyinyigonza mbaji ikibinyambere binyambira school fees z'abana amashomero ngatwara sente nyingi ndiko kuza university kirenga kungana nyinimba sakushashora university sente nshashora musini ya sente kandi mbaho hija nende waranyiraguruza nafuna munenzu yo kuraramu ejo nungi nanye ndi mukitinde sanke cyabashije abandi bine nyine nshonga mbasiba munonga ninsima ekigombe aha kigombe hari ikintu cyenaye abahingisa bitu ba district yona nimba sima ndine bugarike akabandi bakora nkenzoki nabaturetere misomo batuhabura batwegese bitushobire batugambira kitwahika mbati muntaringa burusha yona ubwo ndiye ni chance impango yarise bekigombe ecyakegegwa Fruits Farmers Association kikashitama mani abahingisa bakatumanyirira aba district na bigombora so government ningisima Museveni agomeze mukushomesa.
Odeki is a resident of Bonono village in Katabi. She acquired a cow from Operation Wealth Creation, which she named Chirabo. She appreciates Operation Wealth Creation for the cow, which has enabled her to improve her livelihood. This is her story.
Nzeyi yajja n'ayogerako okugombolora gwali mwaka gwa 2016 n'asuubiza n'aleeta ente naliko omu abaafuna omukisa n'enfuna ente nafuna kirabo era nagiyita kirabo oyo ankoledde ebyamaanyi ebiyitirivu kirabo oyo yajja ng'alina olubuto n'atuuka ng'azaala nentuukira mu magoba kati wenjogerera nine ente 5 ezaava mu kirabo oyo ampadde amata nga nfuna 4,800 omwezi nga nfuna 1,488,800 omwaka nga nfuna 17,885,600 mwezi esente ze nakolamu nazimbayoko amaduuka 3 waffe ku kyalo Isoroti mbeera kati neje bampasa ye nazimba amaduuka mu trading center opposite police awo we nazimba amayumba ago nebaza OWC kubanga saako mwoko mukwebaza nasomesako abaana basomedde mu masomero amalungi ne bamalako sikomye ku ekyo ne nfunamu n'embuzi mweyente kirabo nafunamu embuzi era weeziri wano embuzi emu nzezanga embuzi nzebaza kubanga za lulyo era zinkoledde emu yokka njitunda emitwalo 35 35 ezaala abaana 3 kati wenjogerere ina abaana abawala 4 abalume bona batunda naye era ng'ojja okugigulako njikutunda mitwalo 35 kati omwaka obwo bwe naakatundako akafunamu akakadde kamu mu emitwalo emeka 5 sijja gaana ndidde emmere ndya era mu budde bwa covid okulimako batusomesa okulima nze ekyeya nakolanga gwa kulima bivaavava bitooke kwegamba covid wadde tetwasobola gamba nti buli omu yakola ki yafuna ku mugabo muzeeyi gwe wali ogaba naye abamu okulima kwe batusomesa kwatuyamba nnyo kubanga tetwakaaba nti tulina kudduka muzeeyi jodda muzeeyi tukwebaza olw'ebirungi by'otukoledde ffe ng'abakyala bannakazadde bamaama muzeeyi weebale mukama akuwangaaze ate muzeeyi abazzukulu bo baasoma ente eno gy'olaba gye wampa enkoledde omulimu baasoma naye ninayo 2 omu Monica yasoma psychology omulala n'asoma procurement and logistics taata abo mbakuweereza mu mikono gyo manyi taata okyali busy naye essaawa yonna taata obubaka bwaffe ojja kubuddamu tukwebaza weebale nnyo taata wangaala